Students, welcome to the new class. This is Dr. Sanjana Sharma from the Department of English. Students, we are doing the textual and critical analysis of the essay My Word by E.M. Foster. I hope you have opened your book. Now let us come to page number 138 and paragraph number 2. Till now we have discussed that wood that has been possessed by or purchased by Foster, people ask him what are the ideas that come to his mind after the purchase of this particular wood. And Foster says that he feels a sort of burden on his heart and mind. He is not happy altogether. He feels a change in his behavior, and he is giving us an analysis of his feeling. He says that he feels that property should be large. Once one has possessed or acquired some property, one believes that it should keep increasing. One wants that it should enhance with the passage of time. He gives us an example that one morning while he was wandering in his wood, a bird came and sat on a tree. When it heard the noises made by the footsteps of daughter, it flew away and it went to the next field that was of Mrs. Hennessy. Now he feels that the feeling that came to his mind and heart was that if his would have been larger, then even if had the bird flew, it would have set on the tree that would have been in the boundary of his own wood. Now he says that he cannot even think of murdering Mrs. Hennessy to have or to acquire that field that is adjacent to his wood. Something seemed grossly miss here, something that would have not occurred had the wood been larger. I could not afford to buy Mrs. Hennessy out. He says that I am not that much rich that I can purchase the field of Mrs. Hennessy. I dared not murder her, and limitations of this sort beset me on every side. And he says, I can't even think of murdering her to acquire her property. I am a poor man. I can't purchase the adjacent field that belongs to her. But this feeling is there with me that my property should enhance, it should cover some more area. Ahab did not want that vineyard. He only needed it to round off his property. Who was Ahab? According to biblical reference, Ahab was a king of Israel, and from approximately 869 BC to 850 BC he ruled there. He was husband of Jezebel, and top of all he was a wicked king. So when Ahab thought of or planned of conquering one kingdom after another, he just did it because he wanted to enhance, enlarge his property, his kingdom. Preparatory to plotting a new curve, and all the land around me, my wood has become necessary to me in order to round off that wood. He says, now he feels that this feeling comes to my mind that to bring a symmetry to my property, it has become necessary that I should acquire, purchase the surrounding properties of my wood. A boundary protects. He wants that this wood, its boundary should be enlarged and it should be protected because it protects, a boundary protects. But poor little thing, the boundary ought in its turn to be protected. But what is the reality? Boundary too could be transgressed by the intruders. It too needs a protection. Noises on the edge of it. So, if a boundary has been built, birds can sit over here, people can shout from the other side of the boundary. Children throw stones. And if one has erected a boundary around one's property, it is possible that children who are standing outside that boundary wall, they can throw stones to have fruit from the trees. A little more and then a little more until we reach the sea. And all the time we wish that I should acquire some piece of land to enhance, to enlarge my kingdom, my property. So a person becomes greedy as soon as he acquires or purchases a particular piece of property. He is all the time thinking how to enhance it. He can do it in a legitimate or an illegitimate way, as he gives us references from the history. Students, this much for today's class. Tomorrow we will continue with the critical analysis of the essay. Thank you very much.